What's up, guys? It's Ghost with the weekly watch list. Hope you guys like it. Hit that subscribe and like button. Let's get to it. So what's up, guys? First ticker I'm going to be looking at is ES for the week. I always look at ES to start. So these are my levels here. Kind of will go over how I drew them. We'll start with the daily. As you can see right here, we got that big supply zone up at a 4208.5 to 4145.5. I used this candle right here. This is just kind of a baseline how I start. You guys know by now. It's my second video. So let's get my clear trends, get my daily. So I got this one daily here. Got the second midline daily. And we got our demand zone right at the bottom. We do have this one that was created in between these two. So these are my levels for the week coming up. I will have this posted in Team Bull. Hope you guys are in Team Bull and get to see these watch lists that I post every day. So going into it, here's the daily, and as you can see, I use this candle right here to get that daily zone right there. I use this candle and the bottom of this candle to get this one, and this one I use this candle and this one right here. But as we're doing this video, I am going to change a few things. I do see a few different things we can look at right now. I'm going to change this daily zone, so I can get rid of this hourly zone. And this daily zone was created. Get rid of this resistance. As you guys can see, this one right now. And you guys can see why I chose this zone. Created that trend. Big trend reversal here. Definitely going to have that one as a daily zone. And we go in the open 4049.25, and the height of that was 4082.5. So that's perfect that we got to see that zone, and you guys got to witness me catching that. It's pretty close to the next hourly zone up there. And I'm not gonna make this one a daily zone yet. If this trend does reverse all the way up, I will move this daily zone up. You want to always kind of stay within the most recent price action to create your zones. The market participants from January 23rd are not as strong as, say, these participants, so definitely that's why I update them, and that's why you have this zone here instead of this one. And that is for the daily zones, and nothing else I could see. No, so that's for ES. And let's go into the hourly zones now. See if there's something we might have missed. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's still good. That one is still good. That one is still good. I definitely could create an hourly zone in here. Probably get rid of this one. Definitely participants have moved down. Let's start with where the price action is right now. So as you guys can see, I created that really strong demand, which is in the hourly and the daily. Will be in this section right here. I used the bottom of this candle here And as you can see, that bearish candle right beside is tiny, but it's there. So I have that as my very strong demand zone. As you can see, we bounced. I used the top of this as my support. You see, we did bounce it during our Friday session. I have another resistance and supports. I have this support right here. This one right here. See, this is kind of held. And I didn't have I did have my demand here, turn supply, which we kind of held on Friday's session, but then Friday's session also created this whole zone here, so I moved this zone up to the most recent price action. I did use this candle to make this one, and also this candle right here to make this zone. So that is my hourly zones. Everything looks pretty good. Price action right now live. We're sitting inside the supply zone. So game plan going into this week, I like to see how this zone holds up. If we do break above with some Fed news, be watching that to see how far up we can get. If we do come back below here during tomorrow's market open, I'll be definitely looking to take puts if they do give us a chance. And then here's my trim levels. And then I always trim. If I'm in puts coming out of a supply zone into a demand zone, the top of the demand zone is always an automatic trim for me. Just I've noticed, and you'll notice it a lot, they tend to burn contracts by bouncing it right at the top. We might go deeper in, but there's no point of paying that extra theta for holding onto the contract. Might as well trim and take our money, not knowing how far deeper we can get. So I do have these levels screenshotted and posted into Team Bull. So I hope you guys do join us, run it up with us. And this is for ES. So yeah, watching this zone right here, and this zone right here on the dailies, and then in the hourlies, I'm going to be watching this one. A lot of supports. I don't want to create this zone right here. It's not really a strong zone, so I'm going more so with the resistance and support lines in between this dailies, between these two. I could have done one right here, but as you can see, Friday's session kind of just broke it right through. So I'm going to stay cautious and not really trust any of the zones in between these two daily zones. These ones I do trust. So if we do break off, I do want to be watching these zones, see how we react up at these levels. And that is for ES. Let's get into SPY now. So SPY, pretty similar levels. We got that big daily zone up here. Another one in here. And then we have these two. So this is how I made this zone. This is candle I used to make the other zone. This one should be an hourly zone. Don't want to confuse myself. I definitely can make this into a zone here, which I did, and I got rid of it because we created this zone right here. And as you can see on Friday, this zone held up. So I use this candle right here for this previous demand, turn supply, and then I use this candle right here to make our zone for the daily demand. Let's get into the hourly. So I don't have any zones up here yet. Um, I'll be pretty shocked if we can get from 387 to 407 without me having a chance to draw these zones out, but just looking at it, there is a few zones. You can see how I'm watching this zone right here. I held up. I had this zone right here. Kind of was an indicator. Once we broke below that, we were going down, and as you can see, we had that data drop. So I had that zone here marked. I should update these ones right now. Let's update them. You can already see a few. I've been paying attention more to ES when we're in between these zones, so these zones are not updated. Definitely right there is one. 399.65 or 1.48. 1 hour zone. I do have a lot of resistance here, so I'm going to do some resistance levels or support levels. I always try to go to more recent action, so as you can see here, if we get in between these levels, I'm definitely seeing this as a resistance, something to guide me with, and as you can see, I used the bottom right here. So do I have a few zones here? This hourly zone is updated. And for this hourly zone, I used the most recent price action, so this one right here. And we did wicket on Friday. ES had a much clearer zone, but this one played pretty good. So only support I see level is right here. As you can see, it bounced off on Friday, which I was done trading once we got towards this bounce. And see the difference between ES and why I'll be paying attention more to ES, because on SPY these levels are not very clear compared to the ES zones, which I'll bring up quickly. As you can see, ES, this zone was much more clear, but still similar. More support than there is any clear levels. So I'm definitely going to just be watching ES when we come down to here. A break below here definitely could see us going down here. I could probably do a zone right now. Most recent price action. Definitely going to have to take. Such a small zone. Zoom in just to get that candle. So again, bottom of the wick. We got 378.43. And the opening print of the previous bearish candle, so 379.55. And that is our hourly zone to watch inside this demand. So I most likely will have probably take a position to bounce it in this zone right here. I'll probably stay patient if ride my, hopefully I can get into puts on the break of that zone. Trim here, and then target this zone right here where I'll exit most of my puts and look to enter some calls. It's safer entry. You could wait till this bounces out, take some calls, have your stop right here, or you can wait till this bounces and you could take your position in here and have this as your stop. Just the way I play my zones, I have my clear defined risk when I enter. And definitely I'll be watching once again. We'll probably open up somewhere in between here. So I'm gonna have this right here as something to watch. Maybe start my put position if we get up towards this side. I'll probably start a put position here. Add it up to the top of the supply. If it breaks, I'll cut my position. When there's overlapping hourly zones to daily zones, I am much more cautious now. I believe most times when we do have these overlapping zones, we trend that day. So if we do break the zone here, we get into here, I will stay patient. I might not start at put position right up till we get above here, or we get to one of these resistance lines up here. And that is my watch list for the week. I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you're not in Team Bull, join us so I can share more knowledge with you guys in there. I do post these levels every morning, and I do hope to see you guys in there. And hope you guys have a great week. Appreciate you guys. Peace.